Good morning. Today we are correcting PO19. I can divide fractions by fractions. Remember, when we are dividing, there are two different methods we learned about using. One is converting to multiplication. So we flip dividing to multiplying. We flip the second fraction to its reciprocal. The other way is cross multiplication. So we multiply across. You always look, that first one is the numerator multiplied by the denominator. So that's going to be our new numerator. Then we have denominator multiplied by numerator. That will be the denominator. What is always our final step that we do? What was that, Cam? Simplify, simplify, simplify. On the test, you will have to make sure you simplify if you are able to. Simplify. Okay, so this is our last objective before our test. So we're correcting the last objective. We'll do a review, making our help sheet, and then next week we are testing. So we need to make sure we're ready for that. Madison.
Were we not supposed to solve the top? Yeah.
I think we did in class. It's just not on the answer key because we don't have to correct it because we did it in class. So I did it on the board. This is what we had to solve. Yeah. So we had to do both methods. So one method was cross multiplying, one method was converting to multiplication. Both ways we get 3 3/4. Did I say we had to go to mixed number? Or am I accepting just the improper? What did I say yesterday? I don't remember either. So 15/4, which is 3 3/4. Our next one, it was 24/36. You have to simplify to 2/3. Then our next one is 14/40. You have to simplify to 7/20. And the last one is 40/3 or 13 1/3. Any questions on those ones? All right. Now I gave us the problems that we needed to do. Because remember, it was blank, and he said pick your favorite, but he didn't give us problems. So I put problems on the board. The first one is 9/4 or 2 1/4. The next one is 16/15 or 1 1/15. Then we have 15/60. You have to simplify it down to 1/4. And then we have 15/2 or 7 1/2. Any questions on any of those? If you got a different answer, you need to know why it's different, where we went wrong. All right, on the bottom, we were filling in the missing fraction. Remember, we were doing that cross multiplying to help us figure that out. Because we know 1 times 3 equals 3. 4 times 2 equaled 8. Over here, 1 times 7 is 7. 5 times 4 is 20th. So our fraction is 1/5. For this one, it is 2/5 and 2/6. So you needed the 5 and then the 6. Madison? You have to have the answer correct. So how did you put it? Did you have a 5 on the bottom and then the 6 on the bottom? So here's a note for all of us to listen to. When we take that test next week, super important you make your numbers so I can read them. If you're having a hard time figuring out if you put a 5 or an 8, I'm going to have a hard time and I'm going to mark it wrong. So, yep. So if it's not clear when you look it back over and you go, wait, what number did I write? means I'm not going to know what number you wrote. So make sure you either rewrite it clearly and circle it, or you erase better and write it so I can understand it. Our next one, it should be a 3 on top and then a 4 on top. And the last one should be, oh, there are several that we would accept here. So one could be 2/4 and 10/24. We also came up with 6/4 and 10/8, 8/4 and 10/6. Did anybody have a different set of fractions? Ava, what did you have?
I don't know if it's correct, but I got 2/20 and 2/24.
2/20 and 2/24. So let's see, 2 times 24 is 48. 20 times 2 is 40. Yes, that works. Anybody else have a different set? Hannah?
Mine is 6/10 and 8/4. I don't think it's correct.
Well, let's see. 6 times 4. Oh, 6 times 4 is 24. And we needed it to be 48. So, yep, that one does not work. Because we don't multiply across when we have that division here. So that's where you went wrong. Madeline? Melanie?
So is 6/10 and 4/8 correct?
So let's see. 6/10 and 4/8. 6 times 8 is 48. 10 times 4 is 40. So, Hannah, if you would put it the way that Melanie put it, 6/10 and 4/8, then that would have worked. So you just have to remember that you need that reciprocal.
But then couldn't it also be correct if you put 6/10 and 8/4? Because when you, like, for one of the methods, you would do the second one, you would like flip them. I did for 3/4 and 10/6.
So, Melanie, if we did the converting to multiplication, it would look like this. 6/10 times 4/8, and then we do multiply across because we converted it to multiply. So it still wouldn't work. Somebody else had one. Was it you, Madison? Yeah.
So I did 8/4 and 6 because I did the cross multiplication.
So 8 times 6 is 48. 4 times 10 is 40. Yep, that works. So there was a lot of different variations. We had to remember that reciprocal. We had to remember that cross multiplying. So it's easy to accidentally flip it. So always go back and double check, does it work? Because these were all dividing. So if you wanted to multiply straight across, you had to do the reciprocal. Any questions? Okay, if you are watching at home, we hope you are well. We hope to see you soon. We will be doing a video on making a help sheet to prepare for our test, so make sure you watch that.